wonder what joke they just heard. I went to the zoo the other day. Oh, did you? Yeah, it was really bad. All the animals had escaped. There was nothing there. Oh yeah? Yeah, all they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. How do I unsubscribe?
Say the line, dude.
It was a Shih Tzu. Thank you, N100 for resubscribing for 4 months as well. 4-month hype. I wanted to insert something funny in this message, but I can't think of anything, so you have to come up with a joke for yourself, Joe. Oh no. I'll tell you my favorite dad joke that everyone already knows. But here's my favorite dad joke. I went to the zoo the other day, and it was the worst zoo that I've ever seen. They only had one animal. It was this little dog. It was a Shih Tzu. There you go. That's my favorite dad joke. All right, here's my terrible joke. If an incel finally has sex, does that mean they excel? It's Congratulations, that's the worst joke I've ever heard. Really? The worst joke? The worst joke? Come on. That's even worse than why did the chicken cross the road? Like, come on. There are worse jokes than that. I'm not saying it's a good joke. It's a pretty bad joke, but there are worse jokes. Shih Tzu is worth? No way. Shih Tzu is a family classic. No way. Shih Tzu is such a good joke. It's right up there with why was 6 afraid of 7. That's how good the Shih Tzu joke is. Do I have to say the Shih Tzu joke? Everyone knows the Shih Tzu joke. Is this the future of the stream? Is I just tell really bad jokes? I went to the zoo the other day. It was fucking terrible. All the animals were gone except for one. They just had one goddamn dog. It was a Shih Tzu. That joke's great. What are you guys talking about? That joke's way better than the stupid incel joke. He laughs way too hard at his own joke. Look. I said this the other night. You know, it's a miracle that people find me funny, because I've had people tell me, you know, like you're one of the funniest streamers that I follow. And I can't believe people say that, and a lot of you are probably thinking you're not funny at all, Joe. And I totally get why people don't find me funny. I expect most people won't. But I said the why it's a miracle that just even some people find me funny is because my jokes are for me to laugh at. My goal is to make myself laugh, and if anyone else laughs, okay, great. But I'm my own audience, and that's where it ends. So it's really, I'm really fortunate that other people find me funny. I almost did the entire T-Rex Runner video in Yusuke voice. And by almost I mean I made the decision not to as I was sitting at my desk recording it. I decided not to. I thought that because it's going up on the main channel, that a lot of people wouldn't understand the joke. But yeah, I almost did it. And then I thought that, considering the nature of the video, that it might have still been okay. But I decided not to. So sorry, I chickened out. Quite a few people think it's just a stupid joke, but no, it's making a point too. I'm proud that it functions as being stupid funny, but also it makes the point that I wanted to make. Something has to be hard to understand to be worthwhile. That sort of idea. Any good joke has to make a real point. Do you think so? What kind of point is the greatest joke of our generation making? What's the point made by the Shih Tzu joke? Is it that we need to better fund zoos, and that we're not, and we're losing part of our culture? I look forward to some point in the near future where Joe spends over half of his stream time explaining his memes to viewers, then the glossary on Cringepedia, then the then the meme lore vids on his main channel. Well, thank you for the bits, but you also might be right. Like, holy shit, you might be right. I think we might have to make a Cringepedia video. Inside jokes are the funniest type of humor to me, but you have to be there at the ground floor. You have to be in on it, and if you're not, they're not funny at all. Even if someone explains it to you, it's not going to be funny. You have to be there at the inception of the thing, I think. These inside jokes are killing guild morale. Tell me a dad joke for me, will you? No Shih Tzu, please, thank you. Okay, so here's a joke that's related to what someone else said earlier. A guy goes into a bar and asks for a rum and coke, and the bartender says, "Is Pepsi okay?" The guy says, "Fine," and then the bartender pours Coke and Pepsi into a glass and gives it to him. Damn. Are they laughing at him? Or did she just tell a really good joke? Or did he tell the joke and it was really good? Like, did he was like to her, "I went to the zoo the other day." She was like, "Oh yeah?" He was like, "Yeah. It was in really poor condition. They only had one animal. A zoo with only one animal. What was it?" It's like, "Yeah, all they had was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu." Did you hear that they were making a movie starring, it was like an anthology movie of really famous classical musical composers through the ages, and they were gonna have a lot of really prominent celebrities play each one, and Arnold Schwarzenegger got interested in the project, but he was really adamant that he would play one character specifically. He would only play Bach. That was it. He wouldn't play any other character. For anyone who's watching the VOD and doesn't have chat, or on YouTube and doesn't get it and doesn't have chat to spoil it, I'll be back. Next time, can you whisper the jokes so we can't hear them? Damn. Hate for the jokes, man. Hate for the jokes. Do you guys want to hear the zoo joke, the bad zoo joke for the 55th time? Three guys are walking through the woods when they find a lamp. One of them picks it up, rubs it, and out pops the genie. It booms, "You have finally freed me after all these years, so I'll grant each one of you 3 wishes." The first guy immediately blurts out, "I want $1 billion. Poof, he's holding a printout that shows his account balance is now in fact $1 billion. And $3.50. The second man thinks for a bit and then says, "I want to be the richest man alive." Poof, he's holding papers showing his net worth is well over 300 billion. The third guy thinks even longer about his wish, then says, "I want my left arm to rotate clockwise for the rest of my life." Poof, his arm starts rotating. The genie tells them it's time for their second wish. The first guy says, "I want to be married to the most beautiful woman on earth." Poof, a stunning beauty wraps herself around his arm. The second guy says, "I want to be good looking and charismatic so I can have every girl I want." Poof, his looks change and the first guy's wife immediately starts flirting with him. The third guy says, "I want my right arm to rotate counterclockwise until I die." Poof, now both his arms are rotating in opposite directions. The genie tells them to think very carefully about their third wish. The first first guy does, and after a while he says, I never want to become sick or injured. I want to stay healthy until I die. Poof, his complexion improves, his acne is gone, and his knees don't bother him anymore. The second guy says, I never want to grow old. I want to stay 29 forever. Poof, he looks younger already. The third guy smiles triumphantly and says, my last wish is for my head to nod back and forth. Poof, he's now nodding his head and still flailing his arms around. The genie wishes them good luck, disappears, and the men soon go their separate ways. Many years later, they meet again and chat about how things have been going. The first guy is ecstatic. I've invested the money and multiplied it many times over, so me and my family will be among the richest of the rich pretty much forever. My wife is a freak in the sheets, and I've never gotten so much as a cold in all these years. The second guy smiles and says, well, I built charities worldwide with a fraction of my wealth. I'm still the richest guy alive and also revered for my good deeds. I haven't aged a day since we last met, and yes, your wife is pretty wild in bed. The third guy walks in, flailing his arms around and nodding his head and says, guys, I think I fucked up. That's a stupid fucking joke. What the fuck? Oh, man. Ah, shit. Why do I love bad jokes so much? I'm not reading everyone's long jokes, sorry. We're not going to turn into that. Sorry, everybody. We're not turning into the joke stream. Because we're already a joke stream. Alright, fine. I'll read the one joke. Hold on, let me see. A man is driving down the road and breaks down near a monastery. He goes to the monastery, knocks on the door, and says, my car broke down. Do you think I could stay the night? The monks graciously accept him, feed him dinner, even fix his car. As the man tries to fall asleep, he hears a very strange sound. The next morning, he asks the monks what the sound was, but they say, we can't tell you. You're not a monk. The man is disappointed, but thanks them anyway and goes about his merry way. What? Okay, I think part of it got cut off. Oh no, it got cut off. Did you get this joke from Todd Howard? It's got glitches. Okay, so the man is disappointed, but thanks them anyway and goes about his merry way. Some years later, the same man breaks down in front of the same monastery. The monks again accept him, feed him, and again fix his car. That night, he hears the same strange noise that he had heard years earlier. The next morning, he asks what it is, but the monks reply, we can't tell you, you're not a monk. The man says, all right, I'm dying to know. If the only way I can find out what that sound was is to become a monk, how do I become a monk? The monks reply, you must travel the earth and tell us how many blades of grass there are and the exact number of sand pebbles. When you find these numbers, you will become a monk. The man sets about his task. Some 54 years later, he returns and knocks on the door of the monastery. He says, I have traveled the earth and found what you have asked for. There are 145,236,284,232 blades of grass and so many quintillion sand pebbles of the earth. The monks reply, congratulations, you are now a monk. We shall now show you the way to the sound. The monks lead the man to a wooden door where the head monk says, the sound is right behind that door. The man reaches for the knob, but the door is locked. He says, real funny, may I have the key? The monks give him the key and he opens the door. Behind the wooden door is another door made of stone. The man demands the key to the stone door. The monks give him the key and he opens it only to find a door made of ruby. He demands another key from the monks who provide it. Behind that door is another door, this one made of sapphire, and so it went until the man had gone through doors of emerald, silver, topaz, and amethyst. Finally the monks say, this is the key to the last door. The man is relieved to know that he has finally reached the end. He unlocks the door, turns the knob, and behind that door he is amazed to find the source of that strange sound. But he can't tell you what it is, because you're not a monk. I thought the sound was gonna be, now close all the doors. And that's what he was hearing. Damn, what a tease. What a tease. Todd Howard has done it again. I went to the zoo the other day. It was awful. They only had one animal left. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Now there's a joke.
So nowadays when you go to the zoo, you're not just going to see all the lovely, pretty animals.
I haven't been to the zoo in a long time. We should take the kids to the zoo.
Conservation in
Is there a zoo
these ideas of the modern
Moncton?
zoo is really what we take to heart, and we're going to be promoting
Magnetic
the health
Hill,
and the welfare of
Magnetic
animals
Hill
as the
Zoo.
most important
Yeah, there
thing to
is.
do.
Okay. Yeah, but they only have one dog.
Next up, we have
I went to the zoo the other day,
all the way
and it was
from Japan.
terrible. All they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Gaming industry legend.
Is my chat lagging? I think as we just mesmerized by your gameplay. Yeah, that's probably true. I should say something funny, and you can all spam lol. I went to the zoo the other day. Have you seen the recent game Planet Zoo? That Zoo Tycoon, but this year. I don't know. Are there dogs in the game? Because if there are, maybe we should play it. We could be the only zoo around with one animal pen. Inside everyone, there exists 2 wolves. One of light and one of darkness. I think that's the original thing. And then someone changed it to... Inside everyone, there are two wolves. One is named Toby, the other is named Toby. Both are named Toby. And I'm sorry, it's probably not going to be funny me explaining it like that, but it just makes me laugh so hard because it's so fucking stupid. Still better than your zoo joke? Oh wow, I can't claim ownership of the zoo joke. I didn't make that one up. There's no way I made a masterpiece like that. But speaking of other jokes that I also didn't make up. What do you get when you wake up in the morning and realize you're out of coffee? A depresso. What do they serve at birthday parties in heaven? Angel food cake. 2 melons wanted to run away and get married, but they realized they can alone. They can't alone. What do clams do on their birthdays? Celebrate. What can a whole apple do that half an apple can't do? It can look round. Fucking hell. I had a cringy moment while I was out with Finn though. I was really worried that this was gonna happen, and it did happen. I was really worried, you know, it's the first time taking Finn out, and I'm like, you say trick or treat, and I'm like, what if someone says trick, right? What do I do with my 4-year-old, you know, when they said trick, and it's like, okay, well, I don't have any tricks. So someone said trick, so I'm like, I'll just tell a dad joke if they say trick. I didn't tell you this. I'll just do a dad joke if they say trick. So but I was really nervous because I didn't know I was in this bad spot. So I just started saying the Shih Tzu joke, but I didn't tell it right. So I just said, I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. It was a Shih Tzu. I left out the dog part. So it's just like I said. I just told like this really dumb fucking zoo story.
Too much pressure.
Oh, another punchline. Nice. The favorite weapon of dads everywhere. The punchline. I went to the zoo the other day.
Get in there!
But does anything reading the book increases your devil trigger gauge? Tell the zoo pun every time V starts reading, please. If I was really good, whenever he starts reading, I would read from the dad joke book. But I don't think I can read from the dad joke book and spam at the same time.
The angel that presided.
I went to the zoo the other day.
Of joy and
Oh, look at the
go
book. It
love
has
without the help
illustrations.
Of anything on earth.
Okay, so this is from Toxel. Some good trash Chan eyes there. Who is it? Who's holding the blade? I went to the zoo. It's such an anime slash. What the fuck? The other day. I understand this reference. It was a Shih Tzu. Dismal. Well done. That's really good. Thank you, Kawaii Kiwi, for the 213 sub. Leon, I'm sorry, I've been binging all the Danganronpa videos like a VOD boss. The Leon meme is one of those rare ones where I feel like we ran it into the ground so hard that we broke through the ground and it became funny again for some reason. I felt like there's been a lot of jokes that we've ran into the ground really fast and chat hates it, but that was one of the rare ones that it's like, yeah, keep running into the ground.
We got back on course.
Keep doing it. Did you go to the zoo the other day? Nah. No zoo joke today. Ralph calls you 100 bits to say, I went to the zoo the other day, there was only one... I thought we were falling. I went to the zoo the other day, there was only one animal there, it was a...
Not a moment too soon.
I'm trying to tell a joke, what the fuck, game? There was only one animal there, it was a big cat. I would say I had a good time, but then I'd be lying. Thank you, Ralph calls 100 bits to say, I went to the zoo the other day. There was only one animal, but it escaped. It then caused a giraffic jam. It didn't have its driver's license, so I don't know why it risked its neck. Thank you, Ralph calls 100 bits. I went to the zoo the other day. There was only one animal. It was a flightless bird. The zoo closed after that. I guess it didn't take off. Thank you, Ralph calls 100 bits. I journeyed toward the zoo at some point in the near past. But there was only one thing to be found within the zoo. A can of Monster Energy drink. It's evolving. One of your greatest memes is the zoo joke. Good job with that one. Not an original one, but thank you. I like how we've turned it into a running gag, though. Thank you, Herezes. I went to the zoo the other day. That man reminds me, we haven't read from the dad joke book in a while, right? This is a long one. I was reading the daily newspaper this morning when I saw a shocking story. About 1 week ago, the paper had published a report about election fraud. In retaliation for the scandalous exposure, some of the members from the political party that had falsely won attacked the newspaper's offices last night. I exclaimed to my coworker, "Can you believe they did that?" "How horrible, what did they do?" she responded. "Toppled file cabinets, destroyed some papers, smashed computers. Was there any loss of life?" "No," I said. "It looks like just a monitor-y loss." Wow, that's just bad. That's not even bad funny. That's just bad. That's terrible. Where do Eskimos keep their money? In snowbanks. Why did the farmer feed money to his cow? He wanted rich milk. I kept putting money into the change machine yesterday, but nothing changed. That one's good. Where do plants invest their money? In the stock market. How does the Vatican pay bills? They use PayPal. PayPal. Oh, God. Oh, that's terrible.
So, Death by Doom says, sorry if this has been asked or talked about before, but when was the first time you heard the Shih Tzu pun? Or did you make it yourself by chance?
So, in case you don't know what we're talking about, I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. So that's the Shih Tzu pun. Okay, so this has been a part of the stream for well over a year. The first time I ever heard it was from a friend in a World of Warcraft guild, and it's kind of funny that it's linked to another part. You know, another regular thing that's brought up on the stream. Well, not regular, but every so often. It was Weeaboo Bill. Weeaboo Bill was the first person who told me that joke, and I don't think he made it up. I think he said that he heard it somewhere. But like he's a really funny guy, so he's capable of making something like that up. But I don't think he made that one up. I think he was told it. So yeah, it was it was the source is Weeaboo Bill. Phil's birthday, man. Is it someone's birthday? Kanzan ZX? We'll sing our birthday song for you, Kanzan ZX. Happy birthday to you. I went to the zoo They only had one animal. It was a Shih Tzu. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, chat. Are the stormtroopers this dumb on purpose? Because as much as the game is janky, I kind of feel like that's on purpose. I feel like that's an intentional joke. The stormtroopers are useless. Will we ever be able to say useless without everyone in chat going, wait?
You, know any jokes, BD?
I went to the zoo the other day. I went to the space zoo the other day. It was terrible. They didn't have any animals. All they had was one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. What the fuck is that? What? I went to the zoo the other day. Please no, stop. It was really bad. All the animals had escaped. All they had was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Thank you, Glogan Bart, for the 713 sub. Hey Joe, love your work. Any chance I can get a cringy birthday shout for my 22nd? Happy birthday, Glogan Bart. Happy birthday to you. I went to the zoo. They only had one animal. It was a Shih Tzu. There you go. There you go. It was a dog. Did you hear about the perfume thief? She was convicted of fragrancy. When does a bed grow longer? At night, because 2 feet are added to it. My recliner and I go way back. My wife asked me to stop singing Wonderwall to her. I said maybe. Alright, we did this one before. I remember that during Code Vein stream. That's okay. Repeated content. Dad, how do I look? With your eyes. That was 1 page. Somebody stole all my lamps. I couldn't be more delighted. Why are there no knock-knock jokes about America? Because freedom rings. I tell you a joke about beds, but it hasn't been made up yet. Who is the strongest thief? A shoplifter. Did you hear about the granny who plugged her electric blanket into the toaster by mistake? She spent the night popping out of bed. Wow. What kind of that was 2 pages. What kind of photos do teeth like? Toothpicks. The shovel was a groundbreaking invention. My grandfather has the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban at the zoo. How do you make a band stand? Take away the chairs. My ex misses me, but her aim is improving. Why did the man throw the clock out the window? Because he heard time flies. If prisoners could take their own mugshots, they'd be called selfies. Wow. Dad, you put your shoes on the wrong feet, but they're the only feet I have. Is this pool safe for swimming? It deep ends. For fuck's sake. When I was feeling down, my friend told me it could have been worse. You could have been stuck underground in a hole full of water. I knew he meant well. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. Bells are really obedient objects. They sound off only when they're told. Stairs can't be trusted. They're always up to something. What's musical and handy in a supermarket? A shopping list. Oh my god. Yesterday at 8 o'clock, it was very time consuming, especially when I went back for seconds. I wanted to wear my camo pants today, but I couldn't find them. Dad, I'm cold. Go stand in a corner. It's 90 degrees. Alright. Last 2 pages. My grandmother puts wheels on her rocking chair. I guess she wanted to rock and roll. What's Whitney Houston's favorite type of coordination? Hand-eye! I tried to tell a joke about Julius Caesar, but it was all over the place. I guess you could say the joke was Roman. Where do mermaids go to see movies? The dive-in. Did you hear about the musician who was arrested? She got herself into trouble. I'll call you later. Don't call me later. Call me Dad. Why does Peter Pan always fly? He never lands. Never cheat in a limbo contest. It's the lowest thing you can do. Why did the girl bring a ruler to bed? She wanted to see how long she slept. Yeah, that's the reason, sure. I don't have any red blood cells, so my doctors are looking in vain. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Yeah, let's talk about that too. She nods. Let's bring it up. The zoo, where they only have one animal in the Jardin. I went to the zoo the other day. Oh yeah? Joe, I'm begging you, say the zoo joke. Okay. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They didn't have any animals. All they had was one dog. It was a really nice dog. So we had a good time. Hey, Skeleton. I went to the zoo the other day. Mr. Wright, do you know why patrol cars are painted black and white? No idea. Why? They're actually brown because, well, I think they're designed after a panda. A panda? Not that I have scientific proof. It's just a theory. Do you mind me asking how you came up with that theory? Well, pandas and police both start with P. It was when I was on a school trip. I saw a patrol car and it came to me. We had just been at the zoo. See, it was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Cult Noodles used 300 bits to say, yesterday in my lecture class, my professor asked us to take a break. He wanted us to walk around, so he banned checking phones. He gave us a rather sarcastic list of activities we could do on break. I tried checking my phone anyway. He called me out. I frantically chose an item from the list and fired back with, if I tell a joke, can I check my phone? He agreed to my terms, and so as confidently as I could, I began the only joke I knew by heart. The other day, I went to the zoo. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. They just had one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. There you go. What did it go well for you? My sister, she like totally something terrible. Alright. Something terrible? What was this thing she told you? She like told me this really bad joke. She was like, I went to the zoo the other day and it was terrible. They didn't have any animals except for one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Alright, so this is from Wuggy. Your Honor, I went to the zoo the other day. The zoo, you say? Did the prosecution have fun? No, Your Honor, it was terrible. Hold it! We've all heard this already. Next you're gonna say there was only one animal. Objection! Tisk. The defense should listen to the whole story before making any baseless assumptions. There were two animals. Oh, where's this going? Two animals? Oh, only two animals in a zoo. This is highly unusual indeed. What were these animals, Mr. Shadworth? It was a grizzly... It was a grizzly bear and a silverback gorilla. They were fighting. The bear won. Nice. Nice. Damn. So, Mandalore, I think last week or the week ago, the week before that, did a tweet, which was a Twitter poll that was who would win in a fight, a silverback gorilla or a grizzly bear. And this was apparently because he was having a conversation with Shammy and I think one other person, and they thought the silverback gorilla would win, and Mandy was like, there's no fucking way like the grizzly bear would take it. And he did a Twitter poll and it was like 55% bear, 45% gorilla or something, and he was like, there's no way you guys don't understand the size of a grizzly bear. And Mandy is 100% right. Like the bear is gonna just destroy a silverback gorilla almost every single time. But then I linked it in I did a tweet back to him with a stupid thing, which is, I'm actually kind of proud of this joke, which was that does the gorilla have prep time? Anyway, but then I linked it in Discord, and I said, you know, like what do people think about this? And it turned into this big long conversation because I said like, the gorilla, the grizzly bear is gonna win like almost all the time, but like, how many, if they had the same fight 100 times, like how many times is the gorilla gonna win? I was like, I can kind of see maybe 1 in 100 the gorilla's gonna win. And it spawned this like really long, like hour-long conversation on Discord about how like Reese was there, and Reese was like, no, like not even in a million times, you know, the bear's gonna win every single million time. And then it turned into this big huge thing, and Wuggy was there, and that's what this joke is about. So there you go. Hey guys, what's going on over here? Staring contest? Oh man. Dark suit, are you gonna take that? Light suit. You're doing real good. You're doing real good. Oh shit. Maybe I can psych one of you out. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Blow smoke in your eye. Okay, oh damn, they're pros. They're pros. Wait a minute. I went to Club Zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Yeah, we got it back. Twice in one game. Greetings, Weebs. Alright.
No.
Hey, sister. Woman called Yori. You mean Yori? Sister, that guy called you Yori, right? Ignoring me, huh? Not very nasty of you. Guess she wants to concentrate on her sure PP thing. But I gotta see if this girl's really Yori-chan. What'll I say to her? Crack a dumb pun. Call her Yori. Claim to be Manan Chohet. Well, we're cracking a dumb pun. I went to the zoo the other day. People can't help laughing when it's most inappropriate. I'll give her a Sutenbori side splitter to open her up. Want to avoid dangerous cults? Just practice safe sex. Aw, come on. Even I'm dying at that one. I'm blinking back the tears here. I went to Club Zoo the other day. Hello, Dulskuna-san. Hello. I love your show. Regular listener. Thank you. The other day, I went to the zoo, and they only had one animal. The best merchandise idea I ever had, I don't think I have it on the computer, was for Mandalore. It was the best one. And it was a t-shirt. You know the t-shirt, The Man, the Legend? And it has like an arrow pointing up to the face, the man, and an arrow pointing down to the crotch, the legend, you know? And my idea for Mandalore was that it would be the man pointing up, and then the lore pointing down. Like that would be fucking awesome. Yeah, we should. I know I should already. I want to share again because I'm so proud of it. Some people are new, okay? Our old stream fucking amount was like 400 to 500. We've like more than doubled it. New people need to hear my great jokes. What's the matter? I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal, just one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Someone just heard that for the first time. Finn's been telling jokes. Here's a Finn joke for you. Finn has 2 jokes, okay? Here's the first joke. No, Finn actually has 3 jokes. He loves the knock knock interrupting cow joke. So he's always knock knock, who's there, interrupting cow, and then you'll say interrupting cow who, and then he'll say moo. He'll wait for you to be done. And then it's interrupting sheep and interrupting chicken and interrupting Leo, just interrupting everything. Just that's it, you know? Then his second joke is why is 6 afraid of 7? And then you'll say why, and then he'll say 6, 7, 8. His other joke, which this one he thought of himself, okay? He thought of this joke himself. He's like, why did the horse eat the cotton candy? It's like, okay, why? And he says, because it was on top of the hay. And then he just runs off cackling. That's the joke. What are you gonna do? Oh, nothing. That's what I thought. What if I take like a running jump at you? Here we go. Bum, bum. Oh, no. Oh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Oh yeah, of course you're not laughing. It's not a joke. You want to hear a joke? You want to hear a joke? I went to the zoo the other day. All right, so this is the story I told a little while ago. So here we go. I went to the zoo the other day. Lily likes that joke. All right, but that's not my joke. That's actually, I've told you before, the lore. That's actually Weeaboo Bill's joke. Weeaboo Bill was the person who told me the Shih Tzu joke. I love the guy in the car, even driving by, is like, no, come on, no, this is not. You did this fast, Merrick. Holy shit. No, it's my joke now. The Shih Tzu joke's mine now. I made it mine. The Crab Shack. Oh man, it's like she has one of those menus for children. Kokon, you made this crossword puzzle way too hard. Can't we do something else? Don't be so quick to give up. When you solve the puzzle, I'll treat you to the best crab they've got. I'd like that actually, but there's no way I can solve this puzzle by myself. It'll be okay. Majima-san, here's an expert. He can help you with it. Right, Majima-san, like a wordsmith at a crossword for... Oh, really? That would be so helpful. Kokon's been obsessed with this crossword thing. It's so weird. Can't say I blame him. He's got his whole future riding on this. Huh? Let's get this puzzle started. Let's solve one down. He's like, Majima's just like, I'm just so happy to be here. Oh, look, that guy just told a really good joke in the background. I went to the zoo the other day. Oh, shit. Alright, what happened next? It was terrible. They only had one dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Damn, that guy's the... Oh, cut it out. No. Cut. Determined Cheese has resubscribed for 2 months. Ah, man, that's right up there with what we were doing yesterday. I missed the Shih Tzu joke. Aw, don't worry, it'll happen again. I feel like it's a little too off brand to do it right away after having that message, but it'll happen again. Don't worry. Thank you, Determined Cheese. Mr. Tiger, you claim you didn't know Mr. Glenn Elg, but it appears that Mr. Elg knew you. What? Mr. Elg left this little note on his calendar. Meet with the Tiger, and the date, December 3rd. There could be anyone named the Tiger. Maybe he's going to the zoo. I'm just old and in the way. A wrinkly, grumpy clown, nose, waste of flesh. At least, that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. It was at the zoo. Talk about embarrassing. 69-year-olds and I cried like a baby with it. You're only 69? Oh, God. Alright.
لا يا أخي 20,000 ريال 20,000
Well, that's a good point. What do you think about that?
في عام المهدي بعت لي نفس القامية 14,000 ريال.
You went to the zoo the other day.
العام الماضي كانت
How was
الأسعار
it?
منخفضة. أما الآن سأخسر المال.
Only one animal.
لك بسعر 15,000 ريال فقط. بعد كل
Just a dog.
لك.
It was a Shih Tzu. Haha, let's conduct business in the parking lot. I went to the zoo the other day. You know what? I consider myself a pretty reasonable person, but like if you're in the grocery store and you see someone and you start having a conversation with them in the middle of the aisle and you're blocking the whole aisle, I think you should get the death penalty. Hold A to fall asleep. All right.
I can't sleep, Aiden. I think I need a story.
Once upon a time, I went to the zoo.
That is the difference between you and me, right, Marcus? You never forget anything.
I went to the zoo the other day. Oh yeah? What was it like? It was shit. They only had one animal. Oh yeah, what was it? They only had a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Damned funny. You scare the crap out of the cleaning crew. Now would you put the damned raptor back in its exhibit? Oh, and don't leave your keys lying around or Marshall will fire your ass. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was just a dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
Yeah, you're funny, all right.
Yeah, hey, what's up? Wow, making fun of my condition. Hey. You want to hear a joke? I went to the zoo the other day.
All right, let's try staking out both Kanji and his family store. That being said, Yukiko, can I have your cell number?
Whoa!
Hey, was this your plan all along?
No. I got everybody's phone number except for hers. And the Y section of my address book needs some filling out.
Nice line.
While we're on the subject, could you stop calling me at night just to tell dirty jokes?
Wait, what?
You really sound like a pervert.
You do what?
Hey, I'm trying to have a conversation with Yukiko here.
What? Yukiko, can I have your number? I got a joke for you. Call you up. Hey, Yukiko, I went to the zoo the other day. Yeah, it was terrible. They didn't have any animals except for one dog. It was a Shih Tzu, Yukiko. It was a Shih Tzu.
Hello? It's Yukiko. I'm sorry to call so late.
Do you have a dirty joke?
Kanji-kun seems to be missing.
I went to the zoo. Yuta-kun's father got remarried to that woman you just met. I heard she's from the city. I really don't know what she's thinking. Perhaps that's why Yuta-kun is a troublemaker at school too. The other day he went to the zoo. He told me it was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a giraffe. It was just the one giraffe zoo. That's it. Come on. Come on. Oh, this time we have one. You encounter a joke that you don't understand. What should you do? Write a new one. Make up a... I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. A great joke is still popped in your mind. I went to the zoo the other... Your pace is increasing. Your pen just keeps going. You earned 12,000 yen from your translating job. I went to McDonald's the other day, and I went to their bathroom, and someone had smeared shit all over the wall in the stall. They made it into a picture. It was a picture of a dog. It was a poodle. That joke's good. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's a Joe original. I made that joke up. I literally made that joke up. That's a Joe original joke. What other jokes have I made up? I made up the Did you hear that? Did you hear that Big Bird was banished from Sesame Street? Yeah, he was ostrich-sized. What was the other joke I made up? That one might only work in text. Two Canadian bodybuilders were working out at the gym. After they did their really long set, they're back in the change rooms, and one turns to the other and says, "I'm sorry," and the other one says, "What about?" Brought to you by your zoo joke. Great Shih Tzu. On stream, I get to be funny, and I really like being funny. I know not most of my jokes don't land, but sometimes they do, and like there's something fun about improvising and just like bouncing off of shit that happens. That's very enjoyable for me, but it's a different kind of thing. 2 videos. What about the zoo joke? The Shih Tzu joke? Yeah, that always a classic. But yeah, like I don't really like making jokes. I like just having a good response to something and playing off something that happens instead of just being like, here's a joke I made up. I think joke writing is very hard. but you repeat the Shih Tzu joke like a trillion times. Well, that's because the Shih Tzu joke has become a meta joke. Like, when I say the Shih Tzu joke, there's not many people who are laughing because the joke itself is funny, although it is hilarious. Big Boss Baby vibes. It's the repetition of the Shih Tzu joke has become the joke. Favorite joke? I went to the zoo the other day. I don't know what my favorite joke is. When was the last time I went to the zoo? Oh, it's been a long time. I'd love to take the kids to the zoo. But, you know, outside. Is there even a zoo near Moncton? There is! So I was surprised too, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's awful. Let's look it up, actually. What's the reviews of the zoo? The Rezoos. Moncton Zoo. Magnetic Hill Zoo. 4.6 stars of 1,882 Google reviews. Alright, they have some flamingos. Oh, they have a tiger? Alright, okay. These do not look like strong enough fences for these types of animals. What the fuck? That's just a regular chain link fence. What? Like, just a regular ass chain link, like that you see outside a fucking school. Like, they have a lion too. That lion is in like an enclosure that it could simply just step out of. What the hell? All right, we need to go here. This sounds like a riot. Favorite zoo? Not the one we went to in Canada one time when I was a teenager. That zoo fucking sucked. That was a bad zoo. How bad a zoo was it? No, that wasn't a part of the meet. It really was a bad zoo. No. It was a Shih Tzu. No dog. Being to any zoos lately? Oh, I did. I went to the zoo the other day, and I had a lovely time. It was really nice. Had a wide assortment of animals. Yep. Thank you for asking. Based in Zoopilled?
Death. Yes. Death has visited them all.
I went to the zoo the other day. Oh, I like you. Do you guys want to fight? Chat. How do you open a banana? Do you open the banana from the handle, or do you open a banana from the black part on the bottom? Now, I will explain my centrist take, as always. You know, the enlightened centrist here on the Joe Andy stream. I have an answer that I think is right, but I don't think there is a wrong answer. I think you can do either, but I prefer my method. You don't? You just don't eat bananas based. I open it with a key. For some reason, I don't think you're kidding. I open it from the handle because I think it gives you purchase to grab onto. It just feels right. Just grab it, crunch it open. There you go. It makes sense. Opening it from the bottom is more finicky. Doesn't make sense to me. And also, if you open it from the bottom, you have like this spiky part of the handle sticking down as you're walking around. Now, I got criticized on Jads last night for, like, apparently if you open it from the top, it's harder for you to get to the whole banana at the bottom. I don't see how this is an issue. Like, there's like maybe at best a tiny like fingertip sized chunk of the banana at the very, very bottom that you can't get to without like shoving your whole face into the banana. But that part tastes gross. Who's eating that? Who's eating that? Monkeys open it from the bottom, so I open it from the bottom. Okay, so that argument was made too. May I counter with monkeys also eat their own shit? Based? I win? Based? Destroyed with facts and logic? May I also counter with the person who made this argument didn't realize that they were consuming 15 teaspoons of sugar every single day? prove that monkey eat their own shit? Well, I was at the zoo once when I was a kid, and I saw a monkey eat their own shit. So, like, I've seen it happen with my own 2 eyes. And he was very proud of himself, too. Would you say it was the Shih Tzu? Yes. Now our audience is warmed up, so to speak, maybe it's time to break out my joke routine. Want to hear one? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I went to the zoo the other day. It was awful. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. What did the ox say to her kid when he moved out? I hope you have a good day. Bye, son. Yeah. I probably should quit on this idea while I'm ahead. The sound of retching came from Santa's direction.
What the hell is this smell?
Sorry.
This is vile. I'm gonna puke.
So desperate had they been in their race to the dead that no one had noticed the horrible smell that pervaded the room. It really was dead. It was terrible. Nauseating stench, like burnt and rotten meat. Is anyone else conditioned that when I say it was terrible, that they immediately think it's going to be the Shih Tzu joke punchline?
Oh, you're right. Oh, this is...
Sigma, do you remember what I said back in the other warehouse?
Yeah. You told me we should betray Quark since we might get another chance like this. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I, take that back?
Whoa. Huh?
I changed my mind a little bit after talking to Tenmyoji. I think we should choose ally.
What is this reverse psychology? Hey, that's more than just a little bit. That's like someone trading in a Shih Tzu for a German Shepherd. I went to the zoo the other day. What the hell happened with you two? Did he say something to you? Okay, you know what? I haven't said it in a while. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. I went to Burger King the other day. I had to use the bathroom when I was there. It was terrible. Someone had taken a huge shit, not flushed, and then used their poop to draw something on the wall. It was a picture of a dog. It was a poodle. Yoshi, do you mind? Yeah, just drool it on the way back, okay? God damn it, Yoshi. Alright, what were we doing? Stop licking my head. I went to the zoo on the weekend. It was terrible. Oh, get your -2s ready, because I just thought of a good pun. He's no longer the god of war, because after all this armor you collect in the game, he's more like the god of wardrobe. You guys -2 before I even said it. God of wardrobe.
Women possessed by nightmares.
That was funny. That's the worst fucking joke I've ever heard. Alright, you know what? It's been a while. So as a treat, I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. I went to the zoo the other day. Joe, do you have a story about a zoo? I don't. I have never been to Moncton Zoo, so I can't tell you. Sorry. I hear it's pretty bad. They don't have many animals. Just a couple dozen or something. This one's by Sam. Let me tell you a story. One day, a young boy went to the zoo. There was only one animal. It was a Shih Tzu. Life is simply unfair, don't you think? Nice.
Let me tell you a story. One day, a young boy went to the zoo.
I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. You just lost the game.
Oh, 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 damn.
It was a Shih Tzu.
This is by Dragon or Dragon Joe Lies. I've never been to the zoo. Where does it end? I actually have been to the zoo. Not only have I been to the zoo, I've been to multiple zoos. One time when I was at a zoo, I saw a monkey eat its own shit. It was very funny. It was like he was putting on a show. He was the only monkey that was awake. Okay, I have to say, maybe it wasn't a monkey. Maybe it was a... I don't really know the differences between monkeys and chimps and the like, so I don't know. Maybe it was a chimp. I don't know. He or she was the only monkey that was awake in the enclosure, and let's assume that it's a he. He climbed up on a branch as we were all looking at him, and it was, in my memory, it was framed like a who's the one that did the Royal Tenenbaums? Like one of his movies. It probably wasn't. And he climbed up on a branch that was kind of like, I don't know, maybe like 6 feet up the air, pooped onto the floor, then jumped down, picked it up, went back up to his branch, looked at us all, grinned, and then stuffed it in his face. And that was my that is my only zoo memory. I don't remember anything else about going to the multiple zoos I have been ever. So that's the Shih Tzu. Yeah, it really is a Shih Tzu. Yeah. So that's the only zoo memory I have. Someone was really proud of this put the car in the hole bit. It's like the Shih Tzu joke of this episode 1. Alright, let's play the game. What was it Discord was bullying you about that you want to save until the main menu? Oh, look at all these people that want more riffing Bant's bullshit. Hold on. They're embracing they're activating the Bant circuit. Okay, hold on. Let us get into the game first, and then we'll talk about it. Let's get some music. This is why you need a podcast. This is it's a solo podcast, and sometimes we play a game. Is there anything wrong with that? I think it's a good format. Because it doesn't matter what we play at that point. It's just for me and bullshitting. That's it. Okay, is it working now? Now it's working. Okay. Can you tell the zoo joke, please? Okay, is the Deadly Premonition Hate Club here today? Let's make him not play the game? Or is this the new meta? How long can we make Joe not play the game?
All these things were just preparing me for something more. Ultimate power! Ah!
Ooh. What are those armbands made out of? What the?
With an imagination like that, you belong in the zoo. The Hollywood Zoo.
I went to the Hollywood Zoo the other day. Did you say anything funny in the first 12 minutes? Everything I say is funny. Everything I say is funny. I went to the zoo the other day. It was awful. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu.
That was really quite something.
Whenever we walk in the forest, he always asks me to tell stories. He's very fond of Don Quixotle. Don what? Don Quixotle. It's a Pokemon. That's where the Pokemon series got the name from. You guys are so easy. How many times have I done this joke? How many times? Every single time this name comes on stream, I do this joke. It happened in Yakuza. It happened in Persona. It happened in, I don't know, Celeste probably. I can't remember all the games where it's come up. First time I've heard it? Well, then it's a new joke for you. +2. I'll take the +2. Thank you very much. I count those. More work for my accountant. What's that joke about the zoo? I went to the zoo the other day. It was horrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. I went to the zoo the other... Joe, do you know how to suplex? Of course I do.
No sweat.
I suplex my kids all the time. They love it. If I did it to the Shih Tzu, it would be a zooplex. That was really bad. That was awful. That was one of the worst jokes I've ever done. That was a horrible, horrible joke. Thank you, Data, I guess, for the resub. Thank you very much. I went to the zoo the other day, thought of your dumb joke, and was laughing to myself most of the trip. Thanks. Thanks. You're welcome. Discord announcement? Yeah, Discord announcement. 1 second. Oh, look at that snail interrupting the tongue. Oh, that snail just owned that tongue there. Oh, no. Oh, damn. If you're not on Jad, someone just tried to do a triple combo of emotes in a row, which is the Ogdo Pogdo with the 2 tongue pieces afterwards. And there is a snail between the 2 tongue pieces now because someone got snailed. Oh, oof. Oof. Say something funny. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was it was a Shih Tzu. By Chrome. Alright, so there is an uncensored version of this. You can blame me for getting this censored. There's an uncensored version of this if you want to go look at it on Jad's, which probably would have been fine. Like, and by uncensored, I don't mean like you're not actually going to see nudity. Alright? Like it wasn't that bad, but I still was a little worried about like maybe going over the line. Okay, so like yeah, so there's an uncensored version on Jad's if you want to go and see it. This shirt with the Shih Tzu joke, which is going to be future merch, was not on there. Let's put it that way. Want to hear a bad zoo joke? Sure. Is it worse than mine? I went to the Alphabet Zoo the other day. They only had one animal. It was Canadian. It was a chimpanzee. Alright, equals kek. I think it's an equals kek. What's your favorite joke? I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. This reminds me, the other week I had a dream that I watched some of those College Humor, now whatever it is, Dropout or whatever. Some of those shorts a while back. I think his name Brendan or whatever. People, the D&D guy. I think people are gonna know what I'm talking about. Brennan. Okay, I saw a bunch of those, right? And I had a dream. He was in it, and they were doing a skit, and the skit was so funny that I was like, God damn it, this is so good. I wish I had thought of it. It's so funny. It's so funny. And then I woke up, and then I realized, well, it was a dream. I had thought of it because it was my dream. So it's like I made it, and then I'm sitting there, and I'm like, you know what? It wasn't that funny. And now I can't remember what it was. I went to the zoo the other day. I wish I remembered. I didn't say it because I wanted to say the bit. I want to say because this is ringing true to me. So your mom's French? Yup. Can you speak French? Nope. Mon aero glacier est plein d'anguilles. I still don't know who Vu is, by the way. The famous French musician Vu. Who? Oh, you don't know about Vu? French people are always telling you to see Vu play. I've never seen Vu play myself, but apparently they're very good. What made you become a hacker, by the way? I've always been a sucker for puzzles. Let's get cracking. Even as a kid, I always had a Sudoku or a crossword with me. All right. Should we do repeating all the jokes? Here we go. Why did the Sudoku solver click on the Pornhub ad? Why did the Sudoku solver click on the Pornhub ad? Why, Joe? Because the ad said there were naked singles in their area. That's a good one. That's a good. Fuck you. That's a good one. Same two jokes. I said I was repeating jokes. All right. You know what? If we're gonna do two reused jokes, let's go with the trifecta. Old classic. Bring it back. Bring it back. Here we go. Here we go. All right. The biggest -2. All right. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. It was the worst I've ever been to. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Now, I love how you're all +2ing the only joke of the three that I did not make up myself. At graduation, I told my class I wanted to give a short speech and told them the Shih Tzu joke, except I translated it to Estonian so the pun didn't work, which I insisted made it even funnier. I guarantee this actually happened. I believe you, Chatter. I believe you. This is one of the 150 jokers you can add to your run. Every joker does something different. I went to the zoo. Do you watch the Talk Toi podcast? No. What's that? Have you gone to the zoo this year? Technically yes, because we walked to the zoo to see the eclipse. That was the closest way to get into the path of the total eclipse. That was this year, right? That was amazing. Oh my god. Like, did I say this last time I was on it? Like, we went to McDonald's right after that, and the eclipse was so good that the kids said the eclipse was better. That was amazing. That was really worth it. Did you go to the zoo the other day? I haven't been to the zoo in a while, sorry. All right, speaking of zebras, got to do a little quick intermission here, all right? Speaking of zebras, we watched the DreamWorks hit movie, Madagascar. That movie fucking sucked. That was a bad movie. What was the point of that movie? Really bad movie. Was it bad when it first came out? That was a shit movie. Did not enjoy Madagascar. Insane take? Really? The penguins were the best part, I think. Best part. The animation's so bad. Okay, that's hard to judge because it's an older movie, right? It's a Shih Tzu? It was a Shih Tzu, yeah. The second one's better. Why would I watch the second one when the first one was so boring? It's iconic. Iconically bad. Ho ho. Should we see the Jack Brothers? Let's do Jack Brothers. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. Oh, we got him. And Sai slaps the table. My god, you're so funny. What the fuck? All right, do we want to use the Urgy? Just start it off. Start it off with the Matrix. All right, here we go. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. And Sai slaps the table. You're so funny, Waffles. Your jokes are always landing. You must have been watching Joseph Anderson's streams to be so funny. All right. Geralt went to the zoo the other day. The monster zoo. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a bird. It was a zoogle. -2 tracks. Okay, I'll take my -2. It's not even a bird. Zoogle. It's a zoo and a gull. The gull is the bird that's at the zoo. It's a zoogle. Thank you, Dominic, for the bits. A limerick. There once was a man from Peru who went to visit a zoo. You think it's a joke, but now he's broke and only saw a Shih Tzu. Nice.
Still, it's a real shame the Culture Festival fell through. There were so many cool events I was looking forward to, like the stand-up comedy duos. They said it was going to be open mic, so I was planning on trying it out.
Oh yeah, let's hear your bit.
Oh, really? With who?
Yeah, with who?
You.
What?
Wait, me? You're gonna just push me on stage without even saying anything? I'm just messing with you. It was actually Miyamoto. Who, me? Hell no. Just another joke. Chill out, guys.
Okay, these jokes aren't funny. You wouldn't have done well up on stage.
I'll do it with you then.
Bring it on. Yep.
Now that's the spirit. Why don't we show these guys what we've got?
I went to the zoo the other day. Whoa, holy shit. Sen, what's the matter, Joe? Continue the story. Tell me more about the zoo you went to the other day. Chat-chan said as her minus bracelet transforms into a knuckle duster. Oh, cool. Look at that. Damn. Ready to, like, brand the -2 into the streamer's face if it's not a funny joke. What if it is a funny joke, though? What happens then? Branded with a +2 no matter what? I gave her a high five. Don't gotta worry about that. Aw, Sereth! Etu Sereth! Aw, nah. God damn it. God damn it. That is a very well-drawn hand. I know that doesn't mean much coming from me, but I'm appreciating, like, wow. And guy, I like hands, yeah. I like hands. I'll admit it. I like hands. Sen might be a hand pervert. Sen, you got a Blue Sky song? Anyway, thank you, Sen. Thank you. Thank you. He never sees my zoo draft request. Maybe I do, and I just don't want to do it. Don't want to overdo the zoo. Thank you. Please tell the zoo joke. All right. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. There you go. What is in a zoo? Well, depends on the quality of the zoo. Some have dog. Thank you, Silver999 for the bits. Not as funny as it was in my head, but I'm sending you anyway. Rosa went to the zoo the other day. It was awful. They only had one animal. It was a human. It was a kinzu. And the animal was related to her. It was a kinzu. Very nice, very nice. Your joke, but worse. Thank you, Yuri was taken for the bits. Joe's dad joke, but told by an alien that also likes Umineko when they cry, but also the alien is in a reality where humans are displayed zoos. In displayed zoos. I went to a human zoo the other day. It was awful. They only had one woman. Her name was Mary. It was a Sumerian. It was a Sumeri or something like that. Haha, lol, I'm sorry. Thank you, Yuri was taken.
So without further ado, let's begin by putting 4 hours and 13 minutes on the clock. Can Joe do it?
Do what? All right. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2009, is this young man's birthday. Okay. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life. It is only today that he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Zoo Smell Poop Lord. Have you ever seen a giraffe with its neck stretched high? What about scampering monkey and big bears? Oh, fuck. Or a majestic crocodile traversing the swamp? No need to imagine these wondrous sights any longer. Now is your chance to experience the real thing. See living, breathing wild animals up close. Only at Kratz Zoo Grand Festival. XXXX. Don't miss out.
It's an ad for Croc Zoo?
Say it, Tom Seth. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. It's been so long. Master Leo, by the time you read this letter, I'll be at the zoo taking care of the matters I recently informed you about. Turns out that the zoo is not... It's not a very good zoo. In fact, they only have one animal. All they have here is a dog. It's a Shih Tzu. First time tuning in live, discovering and binging your old stuff this past month. Are the zoo joke and people collapsing still comedy gold? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. People collapsing. My viewership collapsed. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. There you go. Done. Fucking hell. Boo! Get better material. Boo! Boo! Do the other one? No, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. I went to Burger King the other day, and I had to use the bathroom. It was terrible. Someone had made a real mess in there. They'd used shit to paint all over the walls. One of the pictures was a dog. It was a poodle. That one I made up myself. The Shih Tzu joke is not a Joe original. The poodle one I made up myself. I regret this. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a really gross joke. We can tell. What do you mean you can tell? You know how many jokes I've made up on the spot? What are you talking about? I prefer the story where you have to pretend to be a car at the drive-thru. But that's not a joke. That's something that really happened. Thank you. Lily is tilted for the resub. Hey, Joe. Love the Expedition 3 playthrough so far. Can you tell the zoo joke again? Haven't heard it in ages. I went to the zoo the other day. It was terrible. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. Did it without laughing. Wow. The first time ever. The first time ever. It was a Shih Tzu. Alright, what's the pin? I played Zoo Tycoon competitively. I encountered a cheater once. He had a cheat zoo. Thank you, CJ1517 for the resub too. I used the Shih Tzu joke on the dating apps and now I have a girlfriend. Wait, what, really? Oh, congratulations. How did that work? The Shadow of the Erd Tree video has spagging jokes. That's probably the video that has the highest density of jokes to content. I don't know why, but I was able... I have a rule with jokes. When it comes to jokes in the scripts, I break this rule sometimes, but the rule when it comes to jokes for main channel scripts is that the joke cannot interrupt the flow of the main point, or if it does, it has to be also has to serve secondly as a really good example and to deepen the point that I'm trying to make. It has to provide some emphasis. If it doesn't do that, if it interrupts the flow and it doesn't provide emphasis, it's just like a Family Guy kind of segue that I'm just trying to be funny for a bit. I will almost always cut it. If I do keep it in, it's because I was being really indulgent. I couldn't help myself. So there we go. Yeah. The joke should also be funny though. Nah, the joke being funny is it's not important. No, jokes don't have to be funny. I went to the zoo the other day. It was horrible. They only had one dog. No, I fucked up the joke. They only had one animal. It was a dog. It was a Shih Tzu. It's fucking a terrible ass joke. It's all about the delivery. Exactly. I don't get that joke. IMO. Because you're going to a zoo and it's a bad zoo, and the reason why it's a bad zoo is because they only have one animal, and then the punchline is because it's a dog, you can say that the dog is a Shih Tzu, and Shih Tzu sounds like you're saying that the zoo is shit. It is a shit zoo, but the dog is also a Shih Tzu, so it's a shit. Yeah. Oh, -2, yeah. That's why the chatter made an absolute banger joke. I can't remember which chatter it was the other week. Thank you, actual Jana Banana, for the resub. I found a new doll where you have to guess the dog the other day. It was pretty bad. They only had one dog. It was a poodle. All right, that's better than my Burger King poo drawing of a dog joke. That's a better use of that punchline. Well done, well done. That's good. That's good. I don't get it. Poo doll. It's a doll about dogs, and they only had one dog, so it's a poodle. Every time it's a poodle. That was good. That was good. I went to the beach the other day. It was terrible. It was covered in dead whales. It was whalested. I've been trying to think of that for an hour. It was horrible, I know. I know it was horrible. How are the -2 still going? This may have been the biggest -2 drop in all of history.